Breaking news from the world of entertainment. Legendary record executive Clive Davis has died. The music industry titan helped sign massive artists like Barry Manilow, Pink Floyd, shaped the career of Whitney Houston famously, even the boss, Bruce Springsteen. Davis was 94 years old.
But as you know, as I'm glued to the TV, and you know, I'm trying to figure out like just what's even going on, like how is this happening? Sometimes it's like, you know, I gotta turn the TV off because it's like it's so overwhelming.
Diddy just broke down crying in prison after hearing Clive Davis died. Word is the man who shaped his whole empire and everything behind closed doors is gone. And now Diddy is wailing like he lost his last lifeline. This one hitting real heavy and the streets already losing it. Folks are asking, what if Clive was more than just a mentor? Now before we go any further, let's rewind a bit. Diddy and Clive Davis had one of them legendary meetings that changed everything in the game. Clive was the gatekeeper, the man who could open doors or keep them locked. Diddy walked in young, hungry, with big vision but no real power yet. Word is that meeting wasn't just about music. It was about deals, access, and understanding how the industry really moves. Clive allegedly saw something in Diddy and gave him the keys. But those keys allegedly came with a price, the kind of price that shapes how a man moves for the rest of his life. Word on the street is Clive got involved with young Diddy in ways that went beyond business. Folks remember that interview where Clive openly talked about being bisexual.
Let's talk about that decade, because this was the decade where you were really struggling with your sexuality, and in your book you reveal that you are bisexual. Why did you wait so long, Clive, to make that public?
Well, first of all, I was only turning to bisexuality after my second marriage failed, so that it was not an issue through my life. Neither of my marriages were affected. I was totally attracted to women. When the marriage failed in the mid-'80s, I opened myself up to the possibility that I could have a relationship with a man as well as the two that I had with a woman. I felt it was private.
Allegedly, Sean Combs learned the rules early, how to control, leverage, and keep young talent close in ways that benefited the machine. Now fast forward to today. If you've been tapped into them whispers, y'all know Diddy serving time following those federal charges connected to arranged companionship transportation allegations. Right now, he doing 50 months at FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey after first being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, the same place people constantly complain about because of the harsh conditions, overcrowding, and chaos inside. Word is, things allegedly got messy for him there. Dude was literally attacked, woke up to a knife to his throat, and eventually being transferred out. Now, the news of Clive Davis passing hit him different.
Well, I'm outside the federal court building here in New York City, where P. Diddy has just been sentenced to 50 months in prison. So that's 4 years and 2 months in prison. He'll also have to serve 5 years of supervised release and pay a fine of $500,000. And that's related to his related offences that he was found guilty of at trial a couple of months ago. Offences relating to his freak-offs, or hotel nights as he called them, with his former girlfriends and male escorts. We heard from the music mogul for the first time today. He addressed the court pleading with the judge for mercy, to give him a second chance, apologising to his victims and describing his actions as disgusting, shameful and sick. We also heard from his 6 adult who, many of them in tears, also asked the judge to give their dad a second chance, saying that he is a changed man.
So the news is that he's off suicide watch, and then there's other talk that he's getting more privileges, like more showers and better food. What are you hearing?
While you're in the shoe, you really only get 3 showers a week. And my understanding from my source says that they're letting him shower almost every day, which could cause some problems with the other inmates as far as jealousy and special privileges. And people in the shoe, they have an abbreviated commissary list. So this list that all the media is showing everywhere, he can buy this, he can buy that, that's BS. It's a special limited commissary list just for the shoe. But apparently some of the staff is sneaking food into him.
Now here's where it gets darker. Word on the street is Clive been pressing them buttons from the outside ever since this Diddy charges started. He'd been working with Diddy's mom and lawyers to ensure Diddy dips out early. Folks asking, why would Clive put his name on the line just to set Diddy free? Now y'all remember that other celebs been avoiding Diddy the whole time. No one wants to go down with him. People refer to Meek Mill being in the same spaces with the Diddy. Then there's that audio later leak, the one folks say came from inside one of them environments. Meek shut it down hard at first, called it fake, blame AI, talked about bots trying to take him out. He went on rants about being a voice from the trenches that powerful people wanted silenced. He even called himself a no Diddy gang.
Yo, Saw, what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know how we
Yo,
playing
Saw.
out this real life.
Real life.
Nigga, no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you
Talk
heard?
that shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek.
Then there's Naomi Campbell's. She's been connected to Diddy Epstein for years. She has been photographed in older reports at events Epstein attended. No charges, but when old material resurfaces, even historical attendance at elite gatherings gets reinterpreted. Allegations say she wasn't just attending, she was allegedly recruiting, acting like a madam, promising modeling opportunities, and introducing persons not of age to powerful men. Some say she played a role similar to Ghislaine Maxwell, helping keep the pipeline flowing. Naomi denies knowing about underage activity and says she was unaware of Epstein's crimes.
The paper does manage to make it clear that you were not aware of Epstein activities. Did you know who he was?
Yes, I knew him. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex-boyfriend Flavio. He was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows.
Did you suspect what he was doing?
No. And what he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else.
But critics say her body language, interviews, and the way she dodges questions don't sit right. It gets worse. She also distances herself from Diddy, but fans ain't buying it. And when you add in the rumors that she and Diddy dated in the early 2000s, plus footage of him flying to London with Young Miami just to surprise her on bagging her doctorate, the connection feels deeper than casual friendship. Finally, Jay-Z. For years, Jay and Diddy moved like twin moguls. Same parties, same circles, same power. Jaguar Wright famously said they were inseparable like peanut butter and jelly until Diddy caught Rico heat.
Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You're saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter
Peanut butter and jelly.
That's when Jay went quiet. He distanced himself fast. And while he's already dodged one major legal essay bullet, folks are watching closely. Because if Diddy decides to talk, Jay's name won't stay out of the convo forever. Back to Clive, he'd been fully behind Diddy. Though some critics argue that Diddy must have threatened to spill them tea about him, more like a blackmail to get Clive's support. Now before you come for me, not stating this as fact, only reporting what the street is saying. So now that Clive's dead, Diddy broke down crying heavy in prison, wailing like he lost his last lifeline. The man who allegedly shaped his entire empire and everything behind closed doors is gone. Diddy allegedly thought Clive was still out there pulling strings, waiting to help him rebuild once he stepped out. Everyone is talking about how deep their connection allegedly ran. Think about it. Clive wasn't just a mentor. He allegedly introduced Diddy to the real game, the private circles, deals that don't get written down, the way power really moves in the industry. Diddy allegedly learned everything from him, how to leverage relationships, how to use access to build an empire. Clive allegedly taught him that being useful behind closed doors was worth more than any talent. Diddy absorbed every lesson. He built Bad Boy on that same blueprint. Every artist he signed, every party he threw, every move he made allegedly followed Clive's playbook, even with his operation with young talent later. Y'all remember Justin Bieber? Yeah, he allegedly pulled into that world at Clive Davis parties. Barely 13, fresh from Canada, suddenly standing in rooms with powerful figures like Diddy. Old clips resurfacing of Diddy bragging about spending 48 hours alone with young Bieber.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So yeah, and we gonna go full crazy. Crazy.
Talking about things they couldn't publicly describe, Diddy allegedly learned that kind of access from Clive. The emotional weight Bieber carried years later, the breakdowns, trust issues, it don't feel like regular fame pressure, but like something deeper from them early days around Diddy.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you. I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
People online been talking really wild. As one user puts it, Diddy Zaddy is gone. Take that. Another bluntly said, awesome. This might be the only real hurt Diddy ever experienced. Total deprivation on all levels. No more covering for Diddy. Then this one goes. Diddy's losing it because from all the feelings he was holding back from being incarcerated, busted in on, his exposed. Family betrayal, his sugar daddy gone. He's alone in the cell, other charges coming up. Diddy is done. It gets wilder, this user said. What's done in the dark will come to light. Another wrote, crying more for that demon, more than he cried for the mother of his own children. Yet another said, Diddy learned everything he knows from Clive. Everything. Others are going crazy about powerful men like Clive and Diddy building circles where young talent allegedly pays the real price. The street's been watching these patterns for years. Now with Clive's death, the full picture's starting to look real ugly. The machine allegedly protecting its own until the last lifeline snaps. This ain't about one death or one prison cell. It's about a system that consumes talent, uses private circles to control them, then leaves them exposed when the protectors are gone. The big question is, what if Diddy is right and Clive was more than just a mentor? What really went down in them private moments that shaped everything? And why does it always seem like the powerful ones leave the ones they shaped exposed when the game gets too hot? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're all in for raw truths and bold takes, hit that like, subscribe, and click on that next video popping on your screen now.